For today's progress report, I'm going to film my groundwork so you can see the progression. I've done 2 sessions since last filming. I filmed on Saturday. I worked with them Sunday and Monday with the exact same groundwork. I haven't added anything, just looked for tiny bits of improvement. Today is now Tuesday. I haven't worked with them yet. I just tucked them up and brought them in. I will film where we're at with our balance training and maybe explain a little bit about why I'm doing these things. As a 3-year-old, he's, it's so good to be starting. Can he get his inside hind leg under him? Can he bend more? Can he sit with more weight on his hind legs? We start this now, greatly reducing any risk of injury. Plus, when I am riding him, I'm riding him very carefully, only for 15 to 20 minutes max. So, she wants this horse to last for a very long time. And if we start getting him to carry himself with just a little bit more of a level balance, lifting his back, by the time he's 7, he's going to be just absolutely fantastic. Okay, so the first work that I did was at the standstill that I do each day. So I asked him, can he stand with his head a little lower? Good, and just follow my hand forward, down, and he doesn't need to go, right? That's more than he needs to go down, but we're just trying to make sure that this is soft and relaxed. As you can see, he's got more muscle here than he does here. So we want to start getting him to, there we go, turn this off, all these thick muscles that he's used to using, and start using his trapezius in here, as well as there's more to it than that, but it's really visible, the trapezius area. And then this really thick under neck, just because he likes to walk around. And you'll see that when I'm on him, he really drops his back, and that's normal for a young horse. The weight's on their back, and I go, okay. And it's opposite of what we need them to do. Okay, so now I'm asking for forward down. I've been introducing the concept of the whip. By this stirrup here means to bring your nose there. So what that helps me with on the groundwork, obviously, is that this little tickle right here, good boy, no, I didn't say move your feet, is going to help me with lunging. So when I give him a little wake up right there, he looks at the whip and goes, what? Great. And I don't need to use the cavesson to say bend. And I didn't ask for his feet to move, so I'm going to do this multiple times until all we do is just move our nose towards the whip. Okay? Move your nose to the whip. Good boy. Move your nose to the whip. The less I have to do with my reins, the better. So when I'm riding, I'll do a little touch of the inside leg. Say, hey, could you, think about wrapping around this spot? So right here, hello. Could you bend right here? Good. He just fell, his neck just fell that way, which is great. So that's the start. That's one thing we've been playing with. Another one is getting our back up lighter and straighter. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, and come forward. 1, 2. I'm looking for that diagonalizing of feet. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Good boy. Then we're going to back again. I'm really hopeful that he keeps that level balance. You just touch the stirrup on the fence. Get straighter, that wouldn't happen. Come. Good. And back. The whip in front is always my hey, don't fall forward, please, or back up. That way I can use less and good. Like that one. Very light. So he's thinking about it, using this core more instead of just falling into my hand. So I don't want to be pushing on the cavesson. I just want to be guiding with the cavesson. Very gentle stop cue, and then a quick motivating cue to say, excuse me, I asked a question. Okay, so the next part that we play with, once I got some, I call them yo-yos. Okay, the next part I play with is, I bring them to a halt. I say, hey, no, we're not doing hunches in right now. Thank you, though. It's a nice idea, but no. Okay, so this means go forward that button. Remember, not hunches in. If I block and see you can't go backwards, but I rock, push with the cavesson, then I'm going to little lift there. Good. I'm going to push on the cavesson, and then lift my whip. Push on the cavesson, lift my whip. Push the cavesson, lift my whip. Good boy. No. I'm giving you a break. Give him a moment there. So that's improved since Saturday. I just started introducing one. I give a little push here on your nose. That's what we call a halt, coming through to the hind legs. When ridden, That's your half halt. So you give a little squeeze with the reins. You want them, sorry buddy, I'm cueing by accident talking. You want them to shift onto the hind legs and then do the departure. So I'm just planting that little seed in him, beginning the concept of a really good half halt. I'm just going to square up his foreleg here. Bring that leg, good. Right there. No, not there. Forward, right there's good. Now we're going to rock again. I'm going to lean in and push gently on his nose. Good, bring him forward, lean, bring him forward, lean, bring him forward. No, I don't want the foot, and your head's too low, honey. Okay, I'm going to give a little bit of flexion to the left. Rock, come forward. Rock, come forward. Rock, come forward. Rock. Yeah, that was the best one. And what you'll see is that hip curling, and we're creating that inside rein. You know, inside rein, half halt. So if I squeezed a little bit back like this with a soft indirect rein, that horse will curve a little bit left and shift his weight into his right hind, and that's what he did. And that's why this curled. Okay, so biomechanics are, he took the weight off of this shoulder, good boy, off of this shoulder, good boy, and moved it onto that opposite hind leg and created bend. Okay, there's a foot. I see that. Okay, so that's something that's progressing slowly, but it's coming every day. I get a little bit more out of him. Now we'll do our work in the circle. Just ask him to follow me. There's different ways you can do this. You can have go leading forward, as I mentioned. He's done lots of the leading forward. What I mean by leading forward is I'm leading him, but I don't have as much ability to see what's happening behind me. So if I walk backwards, I can see all of the things. It takes more skill from the human though. Walk backwards, and what I want to see is that his inside front hind leg is landing in his inside front footprint, which it did not right there. It fell out. It's landing, it's landing, it's landing, falling out, landing, 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 whoopsie. So his right front falls out, and then his hind leg doesn't track up in his inside foreleg. So it's just the right front here, little asymmetry issues. Is his pattern generator. It's his strong foot. He's right-handed. Good boy. Super job. Very, very, very consistent here. The tempo and the bend, and an entire circle of him tracking up. No issues. So once I get that, oh yes, good boy. I start playing with, can I move things? Can I move this shoulder out? Good. And then can I bring it back in? Good. A little more than I needed. Can I move the inside foreleg out? Good. And then can I take my outside shoulder inward? Slow down a little bit. If he's pushing into me, you probably didn't, excuse me. No. Okay. Thank you. Sometimes when you get in this posture where they're chasing you, okay, so you guys, very sweet, but I get a little strong there, and you know, my hand, I'm just touching ever so lightly on here, and he's leaning harder and harder all through that corner, and I counterbalanced it with a no, no, no with my whip. Don't, okay, don't push into me. If you're riding, that becomes leaning on the hand, okay, you don't want that. He needs to carry himself. He just felt really good. Diva's moving away. I'm chasing a diva. Move your shoulders out of the circle. Beautiful. Now can you bring your shoulder in the circle? What a good boy. Such a clever boy, eh? So definitely have improvement on that. I got the inside foreleg. Able to cross out of the circle. Super job, buddy. Good job. I can reach over and I can say, hey, can you bring that outside leg in? What a good boy. I was going to give him a moment there. That was really good. Remember that these moments that are just that much better than the other moments, they need to be praised just as much as if he's done it for the first time. You're always wanting to reward the slightest bit of improvement. And that was definitely an improvement. Super light. And a really free shoulder. And the only way he could do that, if you see him, but he was shifting more weight onto his hind legs to free up his front end. Good boy. And the other thing I need to work on this side is the outside hind leg. Inside hind and outside, sorry. Okay, so we'll just get him to follow me, tracking up. That's nice. That's nice. Can you move this inside hind leg out and out? You notice my shoulders turn just a little bit more, please. Good, super, good boy. A little more bend in the neck than I want. Hey, 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 you're leaving me. You're leaving the circle. Thank you. That's better. Good. Okay, that's enough. Now, can I get an outside hind leg, please? Good. Yeah, we're just going to take a break there for a second because he held the bend so well. Again, remember, I only introduced this to him less than a week ago, so really pleased that not only does he give me the hind leg, but he holds the shape in which I created. So I created this shape, and I said that hind leg, and he went, yeah, okay. Whereas last week it was like, oh my god, it's mind-blowing, mind-blowing. My body doesn't do that. So I'm really pleased with that. So I'm going to ask this shoulder just to get out of the way, and then I'm going to think, hello, no, 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 this shoulder out of the way, hello. Super, good boy. And I know the goal is to stay on the circle, but we're really in the early stages of all this training. So you reward all these moments that he's just trying so hard, and he'll give me more every day. And he is. He's even not much better than Saturday. And I worked on Sunday for a few minutes on this. I don't do it for long. You're seeing what a whole session would be. Okay. All right, so that's enough of this side. I already have more than I need. Very quietly, just going to put him on the fence again for his rocking back. Quietly change rein here. You can move the shoulder out, please. Good boy. Good. I will just lead him to the fence. We've been working on changes of direction. I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm still working on the fence with this one. You're rocking back. There's a lot of standstill exercises. You do them in the middle of the circle is your goal. But with this fella, he was offering so many answers, potential answers. So I put the whip up here. It might have meant side pass, might have meant yield the hindquarters, which is wrong. So the fence, in his case, has been kind of my side wheels. I'll take them away soon. But the side wheels have been necessary to prevent all these other answers because they start side passing that way when I'm wanting him to rock forward. How do you stop that? Well, then you got to do this. It just gets too complicated. So I just made it really easy for him to find the right solution. Okay, so I'm pushing on the cavison and there's nothing happening. Thank you. This means come forward. This means back. Thank you. This means come forward. Little amnesia. Forgot what backing was. Hello. No, don't get sassy. Thank you. Oh, it's hard. It's hard being a good boy all the time. I know. Backing up is still backing up. Come forward, please. And back up, please. Come forward and keep your hind leg on the fence, okay? We're not doing hunches in right now. And stop and back. Okay, and one more foot, please. Thank you. And get you semi-square. No, this is too overproduced. I just need these two, this diagonal. So I'm squeezing the rein across the body of this horse. I had a momentary lapse of attention here. We lost our backup. Hello. I'm gonna wake him up again. Hello. Good boy. Thank you. I know. Take a breath. They get stuck sometimes, right? He's just a baby. Back up. What's back up? We've only done it 100 times, but that's okay. Just remind you. Give you a moment here just to regroup, bring his emotional state back, and put him in a little bit of an argumentative mood because he didn't understand. And I was a little firmer because this is not a new question. He's been asked to back up for 2 years. He knows how to back up. He just forgot what it was, and sometimes you need just to get a little louder in that moment to override whatever his brain left to. Not sure, I don't see anything going on back there, but the chickens are running around, but it's pretty quiet day today. Okay, wherever your brain went, it left my conversation. Okay, we're gonna try rocking, and then we'll do our shuffle. Okay, so can you rock back, come forward, rock back, forward, good. So good, good boy. That's all I was thinking of, okay? I know we can do better, but I'm happy with that from the 2 seconds ago where we forgot how to back up at all. Because rocking back is just 1/4 of backing up. It's a quarter halt. Wait, please. I'm going to ask for flexion, bend, and now rock back. And we should see that inside hind leg coming forward and curving his body as if he was sort of low. Rocking, come forward. Rock. Yeah! Super! Good boy! There's more layers to this, okay? He's just kind of moving back and forth, but at least I'm seeing his sternum lift a little bit. He's starting to think, lift and stretch. I'm rewarding the moment I see these pectorals lift, so it's like the very beginning elementary stages of him starting to lift his thoracic and sit. Okay, very beginning. No, I know my whip is there, but I did not have any energy in my body that said move. I don't know what you're thinking about right now, but it's not what I'm asking. Asking nothing. The brain is clear. Okay, so now we're going to work on our stelling and bending. No. Stelling and bending. The whip's going to go here. You look at said whip, and it will go away. Thank you. So very precise with my whip, right? This is right where my stirrup is hanging. And you will do your flexion, bend, stelling, bending, same words, different countries. Flexion of the pole, bend of the neck, and this means go forward. Okay, so we'll look for straightness on the circle. His legs are on a railway track, inside hind's tracking into his front footprint, which it already is. He's just been getting straighter every day. In center front's falling into it, so I'm just gonna, hello, you move it out, please. Just follow me with that cute nose of yours. And sometimes he gets a little sassy. And when I ask for that inside front to move out, it just gives a little nip towards it. And I'm like, no. I know it's hard for you to go straight. But that's part of school. I'm sorry. That's why I said, Even thinking about it there. Inconvenient. I know it's inconvenient, but every day you get a little stronger and a little more aware of the fact that you fall in. And then I'm going to keep bugging you every time you fall in. Boy, you're falling in again. So I'm tapping the inside of the shoulder to say, excuse me, you're falling in. Okay? Good, that's better. Boy. Yeah, good. No, falling in again. And I'm just exaggerating my cavison cue for you. So just say, hey, put your weight on your left front, please. On your left front. That's why you're falling in on the right. Left front, lift yourself up in the bridle a bit. A little too low. And put yourself on your left front, please. No. Slow it down. Doesn't need to be fast. It needs to be balanced. There we go. Good boy. Good boy. See, the whip doesn't move if you're straight. Now you're falling in again. You're really falling in. Move this out, please. Oh, this is just so freaking picky. I know, but that's the whole point, right? Good. Yeah. There we go. And we'll finally, harder for him to the right. That right front always tracks slightly to the inside. And him halting pretty much dead square by nature is a good feedback loop for me that he was in balance prior to the halt. I finally had him under himself, carrying himself with all 4 feet equally, and they stopped square. Not a trick. It happens, right? So now I'm going to ask if the shoulders can move in and out, the haunches can move in and out, and then he has done his work on the circle for the day. Okay, come with me. And you move your shoulder out of the, no. I did not ask for the hind leg to come in. I asked for the shoulder to move out. Good boy. Little computer glitch there. But no. I did not ask for the hind leg to come in. Good boy. As we're working on haunches in, he's thinking that, good, yeah, good boy. All things might lead to haunches in eventually. Yeah, good. Really light. Think about this right front, and I'm lifting the cavison and pulling, and lifting and pulling, just elegantly, delicately, just suggesting, hey, lift your foot. Lift your foot. Good. Super job, buddy. Okay, now, can I bring the outside shoulder in? Good boy. Super. No problems there. No, 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 no. The low whip means come out. Thank you. And I get the outside shoulder in. Very good, but way too much. Good. So progress report. We know our buttons. However, little too fast. I will whisper it. Bring it. Yes, better. Okay. Lighter. I need to be lighter. I need to just think it. This hind leg needs to come out, please. And out. Thank you. Aha. It wasn't listening. That's the next one. Can I look at this hind leg, point the whip to it, not large at the shoulder, and overbend at the neck? No, it's not easy. Shoulder in is actually much harder. The hardest thing to do correct. Good. That was correct. Finally, 2.5 tracks. Very straight. You don't want the neck. There's not a neck bend. The bend's supposed to happen here on the girth area. Okay. I got the inside hind leg. Not the inside hind. Yep, inside hind. Inside hind, not that shoulder. You don't need to do that much of a correction. Just a subtle one. Nice, subtle, subtle. Yeah, just subtle. You overdo it sometimes. I'm so smart. As you are. We could do things in millimeters, okay? I need to do a giant stride every time I ask a question. Now, last one. Haunches in, please. Whip pointed at this. And hind leg in. Hind leg in. Put that shoulder. Hind leg in. Very good. Good, good. So I'm allowing him to drift inwards on the circle as long as he keeps his shape. Keeping the shape. Keeping the shape of the bend. Yeah, so good. Again, got to reward the slightest better. That was really good. That's 2. I'm just looking for 3 of everything every day. If it's a hot mess, I'll do more until I get 3 good ones. But there was 2 good ones. Doesn't need to do 100,000 steps of them. Let's just get a little bit happening every day. It just gets that much better every day. A reflection at the pole here, please. And now bring your hind leg to me. Good boy. Good, come. How about this shoulder a little bit more? Crooked, crooked, crooked. You're crooked at the nose. You know, the head was going. Because he was lifting his shoulder, which is okay. He doesn't have all the muscles yet to be able to do this with perfection. It's my job, though, to catch those moments and go, let's try it again. Straighter, yes. Straighter, okay. Ending on the straighter one. I am getting the hind leg, I am getting the shoulder, but this isn't the right answer. That one he kept very straight, and he lifted his body in a really lovely haunches in. So that's our work on the circle progress report, July 8th.